The HBO adaptation of The Last of Us has finally been released, a 9-episode series based on the video game of the same name. And boy, has it been received positively. From its current 99% Rotten Tomatoes rating, to the various news articles and videos praising it as a true masterpiece. I thought now would be a wonderful opportunity to discuss this at length. Although both The Last of Us video game and television series, at least what has been depicted so far, are marvelous, they are not the same thing, and they are not meant to be. Video games as a whole are an interactive, immersive experience where you are in control. Do you want to wreak havoc and blow things up for the sake of it? You can do that. Do you want to go through the motions and play it like a movie? You can do that too. Do you simply want to explore the world of a post-apocalyptic setting? You get the point. But I don't want The Last of Us's success to rely on being a true adaptation to the medium before it. The Last of Us does a wonderful job at representing the video game. It world builds. It properly adapts key moments, and it tells a captivating story. But it shouldn't need to be this good to be acclaimed a success. And what happens in episode 3, 4, or God forbid 9 when it isn't a true adaptation anymore? Does the success story fold over? Do we look back at this as a failure? Or do we accept that this is a television show, not the video game we grew up with? And what if we get confirmation of a second season? We surely won't jump 5 years in time like we did in part 2. Not only will we not have anything to compare it to, but every misstep will be highlighted. Every small drop-off in quality will be another news article claiming this show has lost its magic. Are we going to say that without the source material this series has lost its way? I want to believe in the show. I want to believe in its audience accepting it for what it is. But from everything I have read, everything I have listened to, and everything I have seen, this TV series seems to have a black cloud in the form of its predecessor over it. Warning, spoilers ahead. My love for the first episode of The Last of Us comes not from the nostalgia of the first game, but from the unique setup of the world. The beautifully unappealing title sequence that is so obviously suggesting the cause of the pandemic, the way the episode is not afraid to slow down and give both time and meaning to the little things, to small glances of the apocalypse that is slowly unfolding, unraveling right in front of our very eyes. This is why it works so well. If you were expecting a video game, play the video game. This is not for you. But if you want to experience The Last of Us in a new format, one that is aware it is a TV series, yet pays respects to the source material, then give this a go. The Last of Us Episode 1 was a showpiece of what a truly successful video game adaptation can look like. But I do want this show to trust we are paying attention. Towards the end of Episode 1, Joel is put in a difficult position after Ellie stabs the soldier, forcing Joel to decide whether to act or not. This is quite clearly a callback to his daughter getting shot earlier on in the episode, where his reaction was to plead with the soldier. He did not make this mistake again. However, we didn't need an almost 20-year flashback to give Joel motive to murder this guy, especially when we know Joel's past. What happened to his daughter is a defining moment in his life. He will never forget it. And neither will we. Have faith in your audience to read between the lines. We understand how Joel would be feeling without needing the context to be shown. In the same regard, don't tell me Joel is a dangerous and scary person. Let me come to that conclusion on my own.
What about your guy? Because when he shoots you, put yourself in my shoes.
Like he answers to me.
Now let's talk about that one scene. The one scene that sets this whole series up.
Taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us, permanently fixed on one unifying goal, to spread the infection to every last human alive.
This scene was not in the video game. It was solely created right for this television episode. This one scene describes exactly what I love about this adaptation. It doesn't try to be the video game, nor should it be. I love that the first scene of the series is not a callback to the medium before it, but instead a captivating introduction to a TV show with a bright future. The Last of Us is a wonderful example of what a great video game adaptation can be. I am excited for the future of this series, regardless if they follow the route of the game or not. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Now let's discover another brain fade. Imagine trying to escape a city full of infectious zombie-like people. It's 2003, so phones and the internet barely exist. Radios are out. You're not sure exactly what is happening, but you know some shit is going down. And now imagine that the car you were in flipped, separating you from your crew. What are you gonna do? A. Walk around the flipped car. B. Jump over the flipped car. Or C. Go through the flipped car. The answer is always D. Split up and find your own way.
The first thing we'd better do is split up and search the school for clues.
What are you thinking, Tommy? Not only do you have no means to communicate with Joel, but wouldn't you want to know if anything happens to your brother or niece? Tommy, you clearly don't have your priorities in check. I'm not surprised you are still going missing 20 years later. Rest in peace, Tommy's sanity. If you enjoyed this comparison of The Last of Us, be sure to comment which movie, TV show, game, or news I should cover next. See you next time.